once we started. Okay. Where we last left off, the party had vanquished a morphling, almost worm-like creature, with the loss of one individual and another going to bury her as part of a pact they seem to have made. Leaving his bike behind, Rumble comforts the party, or who will ever hear his engine. We cut from them to a new member of the party, yet to meet anyone. Relyn, can you please put your character and token in characters of story if you haven't already?
Yes, sir.
Right there at the top thing, so everybody can see what Relyn looks like.
You said characters?
Characters and story, characters, this specific channel.
That's you. This is kind of a bastardized version because, as I think I've stated before, I don't have very much experience with the picker app. But
You did
here
wonderful.
we go.
Yes, you did wonderful.
No, I did the wrong one. That's not the token version.
It fits. As long as it gets in there eventually, it fits for the time being.
Fair enough.
So, with that being shown and said, this Owlin figure stands across a snowy plain from a good 6'1", 6'2" individual, kind of not. You're unsure if that's their exact height, as the most you can see is just the blaring red vampiric eyes that look very tiredly at you. You an enemy?
I don't even know what I am.
You got a weapon?
Uh, I believe so, and she'll summon the Makawaddle.
You summon the muck waddle, and whatever eyes you are able to discern through this snowy fog is just sort of, now the brows of them are lifted a bit, and you don't feel any better about this person across from you. Mainly from that small survival instinct type beat in your body going, can't win, danger, danger. Where'd you get that?
I. It seems rather intrinsic to me, I suppose.
Yeah, that seems to be the nature.
Might I inquire your name?
Derek,
Eric. A lovely name.
yeah, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
Oh, I can tell.
You intent on harming me or anyone by the names of Orlain and others?
I don't believe I know who you're referring to, but no, I have no intention of harming anyone.
Do you need food?
That would be nice, yes.
All right, stay here. And he walks off without you.
Um, I think I'm gonna listen to the very scary man.
As you stand in the snow, kind of listening as a blizzard sort of rains around you, wind blowing rapidly, whistling through the snowfall, there are moments where you hear movement around you, muddled voices whispering. Is that him? Is that him? Like, clearly this is not their first time in these wilds, but it is their first time seeing you. And for a good while, these voices and whispers get a bit closer until one gets close enough, and you do. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Action.
If you
All
move to the
right.
dice, if you move to the dice section on Owlbear, and simply go to the plus and minus sign, you can add your modifier in there, and we can all see your roll.
10.
You don't. You hear a voice get loud, but you're unable to discern what it says outside of "fuck it, let's just," and then that's about all you get before an argument breaks out. An argument that is quickly followed up by what you can only determine from is a scream of surprise mixed with terror. And you've never heard a bone break before. You don't remember, but you know that noise isn't supposed to come from a person. As Derek returns, holding a new coat in his hands that has been a little bit weathered. You can cut out the wings, and tosses it towards your direction. We gotta get moving.
Uh, all right. And she'll, catch the thing and for now just put it in her bag.
Derek just kill someone for the coat? Maybe. Um. And he starts walking, sort of. He walks towards you and then kind of away from where you heard the voices. You're free to kind of investigate near that area or follow him directly if you want. But he seems to be walking in a direction for purpose now.
Relyn is going to feel as though the very scary man is probably the person that she should stick with. Just because, like, if that was him that she just heard, she just want to get on his bad side for sure. And she is the closest thing to trusting him as she can get without actually doing so. So she's gonna just follow.
As you follow, you are informed on. You were questioned. What do you know? Common knowledge and whatnot. What do you know?
Uh, Besides the fact that I can do the weapon thing, I just barely remember waking up and trudging through snow.
Give me a history check with disadvantage, please.
Yes, sir. History for me, that is a +2. A +2 in most things. I'm pretty well rounded.
Mm-hmm. So, I believe if you want to roll with advantage or disadvantage.
So I found
Nope,
it.
that's not it.
It's in the same place where you had your modifier.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you. I forgot.
Yes.
Oh,
9.
flashes flood your brain. You remember feeling cold for a minute, falling. You're trapped, confined space. You don't like it. Eventually, whatever you're falling in hits the ground, and then your head hurts a lot. Was that wall always that close as your eyes open? And then you realize that's not a wall, that's cracked glass. That's not good, is it? Oh no. Thankfully for the weapon you summon, you do kind of put together, right, I broke out of something. And you just kept walking for a minute. That is what a 9 gets you.
Right. I will relay that information to Derek.
You sound freshborn, but you're far too old for that. How old are you?
Um, would Raylan know that?
Yes. That is the most
Okay.
basic knowledge. That is below common knowledge. So that is an auto know. That is something you would know
Okay.
immediately.
I am
I will
the
clarify, you would know this cycle's age.
Lord. Okay. Uh, 13?
A little bit higher.
Hmm?
A little bit higher.
You said this cycles, right?
Yes, this cycle. So raise it up just a little bit. Because they don't let you out until after you're 18.
Oh, apologies. Um,
Because this is a wartime thing, I do have to put the bare minimum of age on there before it becomes war crimes. And
right. Yes, of course.
yes.
Uh,
So if you want to say you were the
so
youngest, you can say 18.
yeah, I was gonna say equivalent would probably be 18. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nice. I'm sorry, I thought that was something I clarified before. But so you express the age and you get a look of like, you should be in basic train. What the fuck? Kind of look. Immediately followed by, okay, so how'd you get that weapon? Do you have any more?
I believe so. There is another tug in the back of my head, and she'll summon the other weapon that I was given, the axe and sickle.
Uh, you do, and Derek takes a moment, pulls out a flat, sort of crystalline tablet, clicks on it, scrolls. Oh, fuck me. Cool. And then clicks a little bit more, and you see him dial somebody's. You see the picture of somebody. If you want to give me an investigation check or perception, actually, because you're trying to perceive this, you can. And I will tell you what face he clicks on.
That's gonna be another +2. Like I said, I'm pretty well balanced, besides a couple of stats. 17.
You see a mummified face with with green energy flowing out of the sockets. It's almost like the mummy has a hood on, and with a 17, you're able to get one of the names to this face, Grim. As soon as it's clicked onto, begins the dial noise, secure line, connecting, and then you immediately hear the eruption of fuck, fuck, move, move, as somebody seems to be moving quickly, quickly, and there's a small childlike noise behind him, a noise that seems far younger than yourself, as it is almost followed up with by expected shots from simple rifles. Oh, what's up, boss? Kind of busy. The fuck are you doing? I'm. Long story. Give you the report later. What do you need? Where's Noctis and his team? Fucking on their way still. Apparently, Morik did a detour. Look, I don't know. Whenever you get with them, tell them to call me. I'm giving my I'm giving my materia guard to a non-combative until proven otherwise. And that tablet is handed to you. It's very phone-shaped. Immediately followed by him pulling off his own glove and handing it over. Keep that on you. And you just hear this voice from the other side kind of go, what? Wait, what the fuck?
Relyn will also put that in the pack and ask the very obvious question. Why?
You have no equipment. You have a sword, and you have a pack with only the bare essentials for clothing. Which, by the way, put that coat on. We're about to go through the cold.
Oh, Okay. She'll take the coat out and like cut slits for her wings with the sickle.
As you're cutting slits, you do hear the call was never ended. So you in your pack, you just hear, "Dude, I'm in here." And then the smallest, almost feminine, childlike voice go, "Shut up. No, don't. You can hang that up if you want."
Uh, Raylan will also then take the thing out and hang up.
Materia guards are gloves or armbands that hold a materia guard device. Essentially, it is a type of communication map and whatever the fuck else you need it for. Mine's
Ah,
old school, so it might be unlike the others. Apparently, they've shrunk them. Sorry for handing you a brick.
brick is much better than nothing at all.
Ain't that the truth? But still, taking you to what I've been told. What I've been told is someone close to me is saved a camp and set up shop there. So I'm gonna drop you off with them. They recognize the weapons, and they're like you, capable of more than one weapon. We're in the world of Granvaria, places in shit stain constantly, and people can only summon one weapon normally. Congratulations, you're part of a group that can now do that non-normally.
I am honored to be part of such an elite group.
I wouldn't. The gods hate them. Oh, by the way, gods are your enemies.
Oh, that is
They
lovely.
call, yeah, they call themselves commies. They're not real gods. They're, from what we're able to tell, strongism, but off. Lore doesn't match up with what the people can remember is.
So they're badly made copies?
More like if Bring Your Kid to Work Day happened and then all the adults left.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. They're still in charge and they got the numbers. They're just not what the old school was.
Hmm.
Except for a few of them. There's a psychopath that seems to be immortal called Jack. There's one named Ronan. I got beef with him. I blinded him and he decapitated me. Long story. And a couple others you'll probably meet. Once you meet with them, you'll probably be introduced as a combative. So I hope you know how to fight.
I suppose we'll see.
Just hit things hard, and if they hit you, hit them back harder.
It seems as though I'd want to not get hit. What is that not the case?
If my intel on your first weapon you called out was right, nah, you're good. Go for the hit.
All
Basic
right.
rundown intel we've gained from your weapons are that big sword, the Makawaddle, that can take hits. You absorb the kinetic energy, and then you decide to what do Morik and Noctis say? Dose reverse on them. I don't know what that means, but basically you deal the damage back with a bit harder hit.
Huh, I see.
Uh, with that, he keeps walking and kind of if I ask you another very important question, which You may have to roll for it depending on your answer. Are you ready?
Of course.
What's your name?
She thinks for a second.
Roll me history.
All right.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. We love disadvantage.
All me and my homies love disadvantage. Because
Let's make
disadvantage
sure.
makes the dice gods proud.
Indeed, it does. 11.
11?
Yes.
You have a flash of someone saying your name. Test subject 4, named Relyn, and then as they say the follow-up, their voice kind of burbles. And I will say the name, but I will burble my voice. If you guys don't want to hear a burbled voice, mute up or deafen up real quick. It'll literally be 5 seconds. Ready? And, test subject name Relyn. And then followed up by another voice that quickly speaks clear. Relyn. I think I knew him.
Just because I've heard it twice now, I'm going to correct. Raylan is a woman.
How many times have I said it?
Only twice that I've heard.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I fucked up. My bad.
It's all right. It all happens.
But as the voice continues, that it's very cocky, the voice you hear say, I think I knew her. And you see just a head tilt, and with that, with an 11, you remembered Emerald Eyes. And then you're back to walking beside Derek, and you remember your name.
Seems as though I am called Raylan. And apparently test subject 4.
Test subject 4. I'll look into it later when I get the chance.
Do take your time.
I will. And with that, kind of, the two of them, Derek, he kind of keeps walking forward as Raylan, you follow behind, your feet crunching. Is Raylan resistant to cold damage?
No.
As you continue to walk, do you stop Derek at all to let him know that you're cold?
Um, I think, yeah. Raylan will, at some point along the journey. Um, Derek, I don't know exactly what you are, but apparently you can't feel it. I'm extremely cold.
I'm a walking corpse. So, go ahead and sit down on the. He kind of looks around for a stump and then just. You watch as this claw is summoned onto his arm with a small fire starting and a sword in his other hand. As he just rears up, slices, and pushes the tree away from you guys. Go ahead and sit there. I'll make a small campfire.
Thank you. And she will sit down. This seems like some form of military since you're using the words like combatant and such. May I ask you, do you have a rank?
Not anymore. I was a part of one of the factions that didn't meet the standard, so they took us all out. I was inducted into a new one, Resistance, Rebellion. We just call ourselves the Rogue Faction. I don't have a real rank. I'm simply just the leader's right hand. So,
Derek will suffice for now then.
yeah. And as you are saying this, you do hear large limbs being ripped off. And eventually, a good pile starts forming in front of you. And Derek kind of leans down with that one claw you saw before, sticks his hand into the pile, and you watch as this fire, this purple flame illuminates from the pit. It is quite warm, even from the distance you're at. It is one of those things of like, oh, too hot, too hot, too hot. But from how cold you were before, you're not at that level of, this is too close, too dangerous kind of heat just yet. So for the time being, you watch Derek light up this fire, and then he walks away, kind of back to a distance away from you, seeming to be on guard while letting you rest.
As Relyn rests, she'll set her back down. She'll like stretch her like feathers on her face and arms will ruffle. And she'll just take in as much of the heat as she can manage.
With your pale feathers and gray tones, it is a bit hard for your feathers to induct the heat properly, so you do need to get a little bit closer, but you do start pulling in that warmth. You do start eventually pulling in as much as you can with what you were given, and you are able to examine the fire if you want, or look around your surroundings.
Yeah, can I do a perception check on just like the surrounding area, just to see like thing I might be able to see shattered in the distance that Derek was ripping apart or something like that.
Happy.
Perception roll.
Yep, your active perception, since you're actively trying to perceive what he ripped apart, so
That'll be an 8.
it
That's
was the
from my
tree
friends today.
behind you. He was ripping limbs off.
Oh, okay.
You do
When you
see
said ripping
where it
limbs,
was.
I imagined very gross noises.
No, it was wood shattering, splintering, under an extreme force, pulling them off, and sort of. You see a couple tree limbs kind of pulled off, like they were ripped out of the tree before you see the rest of them were cut off, as if someone was simply going through the motions before remembering they had a sharp object.
Okay. I kind of get the vibe.
And
Um, yeah.
if you want to keep looking around, you can. I'll give you like 2 rolls with this rest stop before he begins moving forward again.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do I don't even know if there's a role I would do for this. But is there some way I can like get a vibe of the claw, like what the claws thing is?
Give me an investigation roll first.
Good.
And if you get above a 15 or 15, give me an arcana.
Okay. 18. So we are gonna move on to the Arcana. Good at single rolls, but the minute I hit disadvantage, that's sort of everyone though. That's kind of how disadvantage works. Ooh, 7 on the Arcana.
So you are able to discern that it is part of his weapon, like how you have the mock waddle that is simply armor along his arm. You feel an unease as you watch it because you swear on your feathers and hair, the very piercings and ribbing you hold dear, that the hand is watching back at you. Though Derek's back is turned to you, his arm resting and simply laid into the snow itself, looking outward, keeping guard for anything that might come close to you. The more you stare at the dagger or the claw, the more you get this feeling like it has sentience and it's looking at you. a pit like an apple growing in your chest. You can't help but feel your feathers ruffle. The same way that you were deemed him the scary man when you heard the bones cracking, the way you watched him, you saw the end goal of him ripping off tree branches and cutting them off and setting them with a fire as if it was just nothing. With that claw, it gives you this uncomfortable nature as if everything he had done that was either violent was or feral was done with that hand, that claw. But whenever the blade seemed to be used, it was clean, trained, as if he swung it 1,000 times in one direction. You do not feel comfortable staring at this claw for long. What do you do? Do you fight through it, or do you look away? If you
Relyn
fight,
has. Oh, sorry, but
if you're gonna fight through it, give me another Arcana roll. This time, no modifiers.
the way I see it is Relyn is kind of just sort of remembering some things about her past, and like she's very new, like she very much like baby out of a crib, right?
Yeah.
And as such, this feeling of unease and intense, like this is wrong going on, almost stops her. And then she kind of like sits up a little bit, and she remembers very distantly, you can wreck on this if need be, somebody telling her that a lady must always be vigilant, for she never knows what information might be useful, and she will try to resume looking at the thing.
So with that, I want you instead to give me a con save.
Cool. I actually have really good con saves, +5.
Because you clarified that you are focusing more on memories you are unsure of that are kind of through the looking glass of another's eyes, and how it is a lesson you are holding dear, that is more con save than the Arcana roll I was going to have you make.
Fair enough. 14.
You. Your eyes seem to blur as you continue looking at this gauntlet. It's not a claw, it's a gauntlet. It's the hand that's distorted. The gauntlet itself is simply armor. Something has tainted that armor, turned it into a claw. And the more you stare at it, the more you get this feeling that as long as you are looking at this, you will feel like you're being watched. You will feel unsafe, but you gain this trust in Derek that if he were a weaker man, if he were less calm, less than what you have known him as, you would already be attacked. You would have already been hurt, but you are there, uninjured, uncomfortable, but uninjured. And you gain a small trust for Derek. As eventually that claw closes into a fist around the blade, and you notice Derek is walking back to you. Come on, we're moving again.
Raylan will do as I believe she would to someone she views as of higher station, and follow with little to no complaint.
Okay. Let me make one thing. And after a while, you get closer and closer to eventually passing by this large tank-like entity that's clearly a train, but it's got the treads of a tank, the wheels of a truck. This is a carrier if you've ever seen one. Carriage, or caravan for short. Until you get to the point where you pass by an old camp with an extinguished flame near a steaming lake. You begin making your way closer and closer. Every animal around you seems to avoid you like the plague, but you know you're not the one that they're avoiding. It is a law of nature that those weaker cannot stand to those stronger. And thankfully, you are with someone stronger. But you do not feel weak. As you continue with Derek, there are occasional stops where when he draws his blade, you draw yours. You kind of get that quick pickup of, if we're gonna fight, I will help. I imagine Relyn feels from what I've gained from that little tidbit you gave earlier.
Yes, very much so.
Wonderful. And eventually, you get to the outside of what looks like thorn-covered walls. And from there, we are going to rewind the clock. Dane, I swear to Christ, do not use your name as a pun.
Or do.
Rewinding the clock a bit, we pick up where we last left off with the party. A Gade who is clearly passed out, exhausted 4 times over, Aurelia aiding him, Rumble near Jackie, Tryphon and Dein kind of vibing, a corpse leaned against Dane's leg that's not really dead, just corpse-like entity, and Orlain walking towards where the others are. Who would like to go first? Unconscious. Yes, that's the word I couldn't figure out. Thank you.
If no one else
We
speaks
know
up,
I'm
I'll do
illiterate.
it.
Stop. Huh?
If no one else speaks up, I'll go first.
All right.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
what Tryphon would be doing other than sitting in the snow suffering.
You can always talk to your fellow party members about, ow, fuck, it hurts.
You do have injuries.
Yeah, no. It's he's not trying to be subtle about it. He got bit by a dragon, so just Tryphon's just sitting in the snow, just maybe I should get one of those health syringes things.
Osha?
Wait,
Oh,
who
you're
said that?
saying some character, my bad.
Yeah. Different kind of biting. Normally, I'm pretty sure Orlain doesn't get bit nearly in fucking half.
From a distance. Even though you're not sure how he heard you, because he is currently walking away and is
Well,
quite
that
a
also was, that wasn't in character because I don't think Nia was being in character, just being cheeky.
No, I didn't see anything from Jackie until just now.
But yeah, no, Tryphon is saying in character, I could probably use one of those health syringe things.
And then Orlain stops as he's about to raise a hand to knock on the door. Or whatever. Honestly, it could be a tent. I don't know.
The tent.
Yeah. So he just raises the hand to go like push away the sides of the open flap and just pauses, turns and looks directly at Aurelia. Don't you have the bag? You know, the party, all of us putting things into it, or at least I have. There should be at least a couple of them. Aye.
The bag of holding bag? Yes. I
Yes.
do still have it.
Yes. I put potions in there, and you have a greater one. So you deal with that on your own.
Okay.
I believe in you. And steps inside.
As this is happening, Tryphon just slowly tilts backward and falls backwards, lays down in the snow.
No, stand your ass up. You have to get the bag because my arms are full.
I mean, fair. Just give me a minute.
As Aurelia says, my arms are full. There's just a from Gade, who is out of it.
Gently puts a, like, sort of pats his shoulder from how she's holding him, and then just goes, go to sleep, Gade.
Fake snoring almost killed Yufi.
Yeah, no, Tryphon does reluctantly get up, goes over to get to the bag, just like, alright, do I just stick my hand in this thing?
Think about the potion and stick your hand in, yeah. You'll pull it out just fine, don't worry.
Which one should I pull out? Just the normal one?
How many HPs does Tryphon have?
Tryphon is currently 34 out of 67, so he's trying to play off this as perfectly fine, but no, he's not fine.
Yeah, my brain's just having to do the switch over from how we run health in our other games. Give it a second here.
How do you run health in your other games?
We've got HP and then I forget what we call it, but it's your
Like Halo Shield thing?
a little bit. It's like what your
Overkill.
HP number is like how good you are at dodging essentially, and when then that runs out, it starts taking it out of your actual health pool, which is like something and Archon.
Okay.
So it gives us a little bit of a buffer.
Oh.
And taking too much damage from one attack can eat into your con damage because your armor doesn't eat all of it.
Okay.
So this is just 67 hit points, and he's only got 34 of them. He is at half health.
Yeah.
Are you
I
using
would-
a greater potion or just a potion?
Just a potion, because we'll also have downtime and break time, and Tryphon can just lay on the ground and, properly heal, but patching up the
Basically-
worst of it now with a potion is a good idea.
Making sure his ass doesn't bleed out.
Functionally.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some nifty scars from this.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, after a moment he reaches in, pulls out one of the potions, and just because it's an injector, yeah?
Yes, it is a
Like Bioshock.
yes.
Fucking EpiPens that shit.
Aurelia?
Yeah?
That's been the reference the entire time.
I know. I remembered.
Okay.
He fucking EpiPens that shit.
EpiPen it?
Into your
Back
leg and
again?
push.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's just he does that. It's just like, can I sit back down now?
If you want to sit in the snow, sure.
And you see him considering his options for a moment before he just does the fucking leg fold thing and then flops back down into the snow.
You're a very strange man, Tryphon.
I don't want to deal with trying to find another spot right now.
Fair enough.
Does anybody else need healing? Or was I the only one lucky?
Don't think anyone else really got hurt outside of Orlain.
And Orlain's already been healed up. So
Orlain took the brunt of the damage because they were the one that got close. Tryphon jumped on top of it, and
after he got to be fair, he wasn't going to jump on top of it until it bit him, and then he was just like, alright, let's ride this bitch.
fair enough.
What do I roll for the health potion anyways?
Regular is 2d4 plus 2, I believe.
Yeah,
May I make a suggestion?
go ahead.
It's somewhat of a rule we run in our other games. Where if you're out of combat or using your full turn, you can get the full effect of a healing potion, not just the max roll essentially.
We'll do that for right now, and then test it out other points. Because if we run both, it might get a bit confusing out of combat and stroke.
I'm going to refresh my owlbear because Yufi's on the fucking thing 3 times.
Oh, you see that too, huh?
Oh, the fuck I am? What?
Here.
I didn't even notice that.
We are all caught. It's probably because of like the multiple DNPCs on the board right now.
No, it's because it
No.
reloaded a couple of times.
But we didn't.
Oh,
It's client
yeah,
side.
because I froze up like twice.
Stop it.
I didn't mean for it to happen.
Anyway,
Do better.
Okay, going forward.
Alright, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
He,
bye, Relyn.
Tryphon got some healing. He epipinned the health potion. So now he's at least not bleeding out.
You weren't bleeding out to begin with, silly.
You are
Going through it, as I say Relyn is constantly doing.
yes. That's genuinely it.
Bioshock.
You're going
Dein.
Bioshock.
That's what Tryphon just went and stabbed himself in the leg with.
No chems. No chems here, my guy.
Before he just slowly stunk back down to lay in the snow.
As it should be. Now, with that, do any of you have Orlain or Tryphon, you guys got anything else you want to go over real quick?
Well, yeah, I was just butting into a scene to make a funny little silly of, you have the bag, I don't, I'm like 60 feet away, don't look at me.
You have the bag. Use your muscles. I can't. He doesn't have any more. Why? I was sad.
It's about how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Orlain is going to step inside the bigger tent and stop at the very beginning and just, without even looking in the general direction of them, just in case that they don't want to be seen or don't trust him, because as far as he's concerned, he's an unknown person and he knows that feeling. So he's just going to stand there, arms crossed, in his terrible for this weather artificer outfit, and proceed to go, "It's all taken care of. If you want to come out and say hello properly, without all the suspicion, we're outside.
Everything good? We heard a scream.
No?
No.
No. It's not mine to tell, but I don't think you're going to get it from anybody else because they're all pussyfooting around it. And for a second, the bravado drops, and it's very quiet when he says this. Vice is no longer with us.
You say Vice is no longer, and you can kind of see the immediate finishing the sentence as you do on their faces.
Take your time. We'll get things set up properly. And he starts to turn.
You feel a giant's hand on your shoulder.
He is rather small for an elf, so this is hilarious in prospect.
Yeah, so it's very clearly like just a. You are on my face, sir.
This is normal for him, honestly. Let's be real.
True.
Normal. But he does stop. Kind of a halfway point between turning fully around and being facing towards them. Yes?
Wasn't your fault, yeah.
I sure hope the fuck not. Otherwise, I think Rook might have actually, genuinely figured out a way to end my life without ending another's. Hmm?
He's not here, is he?
No.
Gone to barrier?
Probably.
How are you holding up?
He goes to say something, realizes they can fucking see how he looks genuinely awful even with the healing, and goes, kind of makes a gesture of, take a guess. Just, my love knows the gif.
Yep.
But yeah, Orlain just has the reaction of, take a guess.
You're welcome in our beds if you need. Everyone grieves different. And he does walk back to his own group. As you do see the Genasi comforting the Asimar, who is not taking the news well.
No, I think I've got something else to attend to. Then turns and walks out. And then just goes, Jackie! From across the fucking...
I jumped a little bit at that. I knew it was coming too. It's like, he's gonna yell for Jackie.
Hey, what's up?
Get your ass over here! And starts to walk. Just slowly. Does Jackie actually leave Rumble?
No.
Jackie's been assigned Rumble.
Rumble. See, as Jackie tries to escape, there's just the nudge of tires on the back of your knee, like behind your knees. Jackie, just like, vroom. Like someone just like checking you as you walk. Like, hey, don't walk away from me, bitch. Don't leave me.
Don't
I'm
leave
here
me
for
with
a
these
reason.
weirdos.
Thank God I'm the
Is
only
she-
normal one here, says the weirdo. You know the meme I'm talking about.
She does. Face Rumble. Pat. What's up?
Well, I see you have a new companion. Should I be worried about my place as first in line, huh? And just rest a hand on his hip, kind of playfully.
You know, there's plenty of room. I got a big heart.
Just a shame it's past your tits, and grins.
And both of those apparently route to her brain.
I
Beg
feel like
pardon?
you're cutting out,
What?
Jackie.
All I heard was, I beg your pardon?
Is Jackie cutting out? Cutting out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jackie's restarting Discord.
All right.
Jackie will return in just a moment.
Do.
Thank God I'm the only normal one here, says every weirdo in the group. Everyone. All of them. Hi, welcome back, Jackie.
Yeah.
Who is the most normal with the group?
Now, what did
Dein.
you say? What did you say when Tryphon popped off with that?
That's not
Okay.
what I was expecting.
Did you hear any of what I said?
I
No.
only heard the pardon.
Jackie? His Tryphon stretch. I beg pardon? You have something to say?
I said it. Not my fault you didn't hear it.
I was giving you a chance to correct yourself.
Yeah, no.
Well, like the man's wrong.
Who's?
Whose side am I on? From you? Really? Are you going to get onto my case when you keep pussyfooting around with my cousin? So fuck off. Anyway, not the point. How are you feeling?
Clear.
Try that again, Jackie.
Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
You're good. Just one mistake. Try again.
Physically or mentally?
That already tells me more than I need to know. You good? The answer is no, but I'm giving you a chance.
Five credits, she doesn't.
Just the ear. Does that sit in character?
Yes.
Just the ear twitch of I heard that. He's not responding, just the I heard that.
Yeah, I know. say, Tryphon has not stopped staring upwards this entire time since the last time he just lay down.
Jackie.
Yeah. But
Just the sigh of someone who knows the answer he's going to get, both honestly and non honestly, and just shakes his head. Whenever, wherever, right?
not getting me that easy.
Not getting you that. What do you fucking mean?
The immediate grin.
I don't need anymore to fucking go up to your level. I can knock out your fucking knees, so watch your fucking language. Just the spiteful curse after curse.
Called a short person short mentality. Fuck. You know what? No. Win your shirt.
I sure am. I'm closer to hell, bitch. Watch what you say.
Scooped level.
I'm already damned. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
That's unintentionally raw, and you don't know it. But no, Orlain is going to look around at the others. The Gade, regular Gade, just zoinked the fuck out.
He hit an entire nerd's rope.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Congratulations, you murdered my boyfriend.
To be fair, both Gades are conked the fuck out. It's just one was knocked the fuck out.
That was good, Curry. Fuck, Yufi.
I don't get it.
There's a. We'll explain it later when we want to get demonetized for talking about it. Or age restricted.
Anyway, he's going to look around at everyone, notice the Gades, both of them this time, as he was walking away the first time the other one was pulled out. Kind of raise a brow at Dein with that expression of, excuse me? I beg your finest fucking pardon?
Does he actually say anything?
No. Just the eyebrow raise that would make Viv jealous.
Do you have intentions with an expression, or will you use your words?
Someone's fucking cranky. Damn. Everything good over there, my man?
Well, dealing with 2 of our party members out, specifically one of them permanently, no, I am not particularly alright. But
No, hold on. Party members?
members of our group.
And just very casually starts to walk past Jackie and over to Dein, kind of keeping a 5-6 foot distance. Almost like 4 or 5, really. And just enough to where if he were intended to reach out to grab the front of his shirt, there would be a most definite amount of time to lurch backwards. He knows he's about to say dumb shit, and I think Dein registers the, you're keeping your distance. What are you going to say to me? And just, they weren't members of our party. And holds up a hand as if to say, I'm not done. Because the fucking player fucking almost died from trying to drink water.
Drown.
Fuck off. I hope it sucks what you're going through.
Drown in the water bottle's length.
Anyway,
Short bitch. Okay.
Fucking chaos.
and he proceeds with a open hand gesture of, they were family, in a manner of speaking. You don't need to pretend like they didn't mean something to you. Be angry if you want, but be angry. Don't just spite to spite. Alright?
If I come off as cold, I apologize.
You're not coming off as cold to me. I've felt some pretty chilly demeanors before. You're coming off as someone who wants to be this foundation when you're already cracked underneath. And walks away.
Dane's gonna look at his left arm.
Oh yeah, no, he noticed.
Why are none
Whoops.
of my playlists actually fucking repeating?
Something borked.
Well, it
Walks
was
over.
like this during. It was like this the last session too. Just none of my playlist would refuse to repeat, so I would have to start it over. It's annoying.
Walks over to Aurelia, and thus Tryphon. How long are you intending for us to stay here? I will be straight honest with you. Well, as straight honest as I can get. I am going to be staying here regardless of your situations until everything is tip-top shape.
I would advise against trying to fix everything yourself, but at least a while. Generally motions to Tryphon and Gade. Tryphon needs time to properly heal, and I would at least
Hey, Aurelia.
who stole my words?
Probably the look Orlain's giving Aurelia. Don't do everything yourself. Really?
Play voice, let me be hypocritical for 30 seconds. God damn it.
No.
I'm asleep.
And I would like for Gade to at least have some combat training in a, secure location. And, a camp is about as secure as it gets.
Alright. So you will get some rest. And just starts to head towards the exit.
Tryphon
Where do you
just
think you're
slowly gives
going?
a thumbs up.
I am going to see something.
Shouldn't you be getting rest too?
I've handled worse. I've almost died before.
That doesn't make it better.
And
Jackie kind of rumbled, gesture towards Orlain.
you're cutting
You
out
are
again.
breaking up entirely.
I
Going
understand.
to murder
sorry.
this.
Yeah. Now, I could understand that Jackie is gesturing at Orlain and telling Grumble to do something.
Probably follow.
I'm turning the sensitivity up for just a little bit. Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully.
But so I came through clearly.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat.
Oh yeah. Somewhat is better than none. What?
Or somewhat what?
Anyway.
But yeah, Jackie just kind of pats Rumble's side just with one hand, gestures towards Orlain with the other. Make sure he stays safe. Very quiet.
Dane's going to pick up the unconscious, not Gade, from his side. And say, Jackie, take care of this. I'm going with him.
We do need to figure out what to do with that one. Probably before Gade wakes up.
I don't want to hog the
just-
spotlight just if someone else wants to do something.
Ain't saying nothing.
Just curious, DM,
Yeah, bud.
how intact is this Gade? I forget. Like the fake
Instead of
one.
missing 3 limbs, they're an entirely normal individual.
Okay.
They just have the weird fleshy bits. That
So
were
they can't run away or anything, even if they wanted
They
to.
got no legs.
Well, they're also tied up.
That
Doesn't
too.
make it. Well,
Overkill much? Are we saying so?
Tryphon didn't want to take any chances with the bastard who is a giant fuck off dragon not that long ago before he ripped it out.
With that, you were asking, Jackie?
can I make like a medicine check or something to see how long it might take before either of the Gades becomes conscious again?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Could Tryphon technically use the help action because he was the one to knock one of them out?
Sure. So roll with advantage, Jackie.
1, 2, 3. Roll it. Oof. The other one was a 1. I got a 14.
You look, and they look like they're going to wake up any second now.
God, his eyes are open. No.
I'm looking at the textbook and it's looking at me. I'm looking at the textbook and we both confused.
Gade has 4 levels of exhaustion. He's going to be out for the next 12 hours. He is not going to wake up until a new dawn.
Man needs a long rest.
He needs 2 of them. Again, he went from no exhaustion points to 4 in the span of a combat. So he's down.
He's the
He is
EP boy.
sleep. Yes, he is on until dawn rest.
I love that horror game.
No.
We're not going to make him do 4 long rests for comatose because I would like him to interact with you guys some.
No,
I'm
I'm gonna
saying-
kill Jackie. Hold on, give me a second. I need to run over to Tennessee real quick.
Hold on, take me with you.
I love how you're laughing like 3 of us don't know where you actually live.
All
But-
right,
I'm
Dolphin
safe for
laugh.
now.
Anyway,
But the other one you're uncertain of. You are uncertain if he's going to wake up or if he is not already awake. Not in like a twisted sense of like, ooh, it could be, maybe. No, it's just due to deformities, it's hard to tell. Due to the flesh kind of, imagine John Carpenter's Thing, but arresting kind of shape, you're unable to properly determine if and how long this entity will stay unconscious. You're probably, but using probably using a sense of common sense, he was ripped out of what was more or less maybe a secondary body, so he's probably going to be out for a good number of hours, you'll say safely.
So now what?
Whoever wants to go next can go next.
No, that was said in character.
Oh,
Well, it's not a war crime the first time, right?
The fuck you mean? That actually gets Tryphon sitting up, just like the fuck you mean it's not a war crime the first time.
Jackie confirmed Canadian?
God damn it! You're absolutely right. Stop it. You guys shouldn't be making the Canadian jokes. You're in the north. Damn.
Ew woo.
You shut your Canadian mouth. I gotta
Never.
talk about how right now you are Canadian squared on this map.
Actually, hold
Ew
on. How close to death is this fake Gade?
If you leave him in the cold overnight, he'll die.
Yeah,
Well,
that tends to
Daniel.
happen to most people.
Generally.
Only because he has no clothes. I don't remember if one of you said that you covered him or not, but he is in fact nude because he is mainly just like,
Upper torso.
yeah. There's not much to him. Dein put a cloak on him, my bad. But
Okay.
yeah, if you basically leave him out in the cold tonight, he'll die. He's lost a large amount of body mass.
Well, yeah, losing like an entire second body will do that to you.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful weight loss plan, but
Yeah, Aaron would agree. Losing a limb takes a lot off of you.
yeah, he just went a little
Ugh.
extreme with it.
Oof. Aaron.
Weight Watchers is so jealous of him.
Aaron. Ugh.
Terrible.
You're all terrible.
Doctors hate him. Lose weight with this one easy trick.
No.
The Tryphon rip.
I'm sorry, what?
Lose weight with this one trick. The Tryphon rib.
Anyway.
Anyways. Moving forward. Who wants to go next? Or are
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah, alright. Orlain is, whether Dein is following or not, regardless of that situation.
Why was Nia asking all the questions?
Oh. Did you not? Actually, yeah. Jackie, why were you asking all those questions? I apologize to both of you. I thought
It's
Jackie was done. I thought that was just what Jackie was wondering.
I mean, technically he counts as a prisoner of war right now. Right? Kind of.
I guess.
Nia, what are you asking?
Was this in character or no?
This
No.
is out of character because now I'm getting curious.
So
I
I know
was
there.
asking Nia that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
I'm
out of.
sorry.
So I know there are like certain rules about how you're supposed to treat prisoners of war, but
We're gonna stop you there.
mhm.
Text me the rest of that question.
Do
Jackie, you make me worried about you.
Because if you're starting to angle the way I think you're gonna angle, we're gonna move to Orlain and them.
I think we're still slightly Curse of Strahd brained. Over here. Fucking Scoville.
They never expect the Scoville yoink.
Curse of Strahd is psychological warfare, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind on that.
Why would I change your mind? You're right.
That's a long typing process.
Moving forward.
Gotcha. Cool. That answers that.
Because that's. We'll talk about that later. You're not in trouble. Just we'll talk about that later.
Okie doke.
Orlain, Dane, what are you guys doing?
Whether he's following or not, Orlain is going to walk out the. There's still destroyed gates, correct?
Oh yeah, no, they have not been fixed.
Orlain is going to step outside the destroyed gates, and I know there's not yet a map for it, but just kind of stop at the edge, like literally stop kind of right here. And examine the gates in that manner of how badly they're damaged, what they're made of, how much material, what material of that material was used and what was obviously removed, yada yada. Still as Artificer, by the way.
Are you asking to see if you can fix them?
No, just to see if, like, basically if to repair them, how much essentially would it cost? What would be needed? How much manpower? Stuff like that. You know, the stuff that a sergeant would do.
Yeah.
After they're
it would cost
fucking
nothing.
privates who do dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would cost you nothing. The materials are there, they're just warped. Maybe cost you to fix the entire gates, both the doors and lock included, it would probably cost you maybe eyeballing an ingot of iron.
He tilts his head slightly in that manner of noting it and continuing to walk around the damaged gates and walking along the walls to see any damages.
You do see a little bit of damage on the outer points where the this is clear, by the way. This is not free info. This is abundantly clear
Mm-hmm.
that it's there. The crunched thorns from where it was leaning over,
Mm-hmm.
and the hole where a large fist had dragged the thing underground. Like a large Dracarian fist-sized hole that had just grabbed to hell with you kind of motion.
There's a brief smile, and then he kind of notices that I assume Dane is still walking either behind or beside him.
More or less, yes.
And with Dane has noticed pretty easily that once he stepped beyond the gate and kind of around it to where he's mostly out of sight, he stands up a little straighter and puts his arms behind his back, holding one wrist with the other hand, and just almost surveys things from the perspective of an artificer or maybe just a scout, just examining, silent, until he gets to the hole where the Dracarian-sized fist came from, and just turns to face Dane. Any particular reason you're following me?
Are you processing any of this?
Yes. It's happened
So
plenty
you're
of times
taking it in
before.
stride, more or less.
Kind of have to. It's not the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last.
No, but each one is unique.
I'm aware. Until my cousin is back safe, whether he is mentally sound or not, I have to try and be the one he was. Whether he smacks me upside the head for that or not, whether you do or not, I don't care. Someone has to take some form of charge, and right now Aurelia is going to hound me for sleep like she usually does. But I can't afford that right now. And turns around and starts to walk again.
So
Walking
you're doing
around the
something
hole.
familiar instead.
Familiar, yes, but needed.
I understand. I just want to make sure nothing bad happens. Nothing in the sense of for the group and everyone. And also, I want to make sure you are okay.
You're very sweet, but there is a reason why I did summon my husband. Because I did not know if I would make it out alive otherwise. And I don't think you want to have to hear Noctis bringing my dumbass back to life. If he even can. And just chuckles for a moment, making very much light of a possibility he seems to have accepted.
Have you come back before?
I've nearly died before. I haven't actually died, no. Gotten quite close. Corrupted fey creature decided to put its hooves directly into my chest and knock me about 20 feet back into another object. Then he shrugs. It happens.
I don't think I've been damaged that severely in this life. Not yet, at least.
Well, you should really try it. It puts into perspective a lot of good things that you have about your life. Sort of giving of thanks, if you will. I jest, though. It sucks.
Well, I think my previous life would have something different to say about that. But I do not know of the story of every scar on my body yet.
I can only hope that, from what I was told, I was not as bad as what my cousin had faced in his memories. But, hey, with what I have recently learned about myself, I have become acceptant of a lot of things. So whatever comes, whatever may come, you know?
Take it in stride. I understand.
Well, honestly, what else am I supposed to do, huh?
Stop and think for a moment.
Where's the fun in that? Everyone tells me to sleep, I'm an elf. And he stops, turns to face Dein. What do you think elves do? Instead of sleep?
If what you described to me is right, they trance.
Correct. And there's a sort of pause, a verbal wince, as he says, and Clarissa decided to inform me that we can see our past lives if we try hard enough with our chances. So, you know.
Dane's gonna cross his arms and just tilt his head to the right side a little bit. Can I make an insight to see if Orlain is kind of giving a hint that he wants Dane to ask, or if it's more of a let it be?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I imagine it would be insight versus whatever you determine, Orlain.
No roll.
Oh, Jesus. Do this to yourself and then you ask why.
This
Stop
isn't even a
cutting off
bad
your
scene. Shut the fuck up.
I got a +0 to this. This is gonna be bad.
I believe in you, dude.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, that's more than enough. It's not the fact that he's, dodging the obvious or insisting that someone else ask him first, because you've basically asked him straight up, hey, how are you doing, about 3 times now, and he's given you the repeated answer, the same answer of, I have to be, which
Mhm.
is kind of the answer you're getting from his demeanor again, of not that he is, but he has to be.
When are you going to take a break?
Would you believe me if I said that I planned on doing so after I get the gate fixed?
I would believe it if you would stop searching for different projects right after you complete one.
Well, I suppose that's in part due to actually feeling useful, and in part feeling as if I owe my cousin for his hospitality. Although he'll probably get my ass for that one. If he doesn't get his own for not seeing everything that happened. Runs in the family, I suppose.
Apples do not fall far from the same tree.
Far enough that one of us is human, the other one is not, I suppose. Far enough. Far enough indeed. But no, really,
Very
I do
family.
intend to take quite the break. At least for a day or two. I need to relay some information to the others. The others in the camp, not our team. They offered me hospitality in turn, but they do not know me, and I do not intend to know them in that manner unless they are safe and sound of mind. And that is not now. And turns and starts to walk again, probably towards the back edge, bottom left of the of this particular camp right now.
Still, relaying information takes effort. I am
Huh.
more asking when you will just, at the very least, trance.
He flinches, but doesn't say anything.
Are you going to trance?
I plan to, but I don't want to do it around anybody else. Because I know I will fail multiple times.
Are you afraid to fail in the presence of others?
No, I'm afraid of breaking, as I always do, and having others feel as if they are responsible for me. As if I am helpless. Weak, almost. And that sounds as if I have this inferiority complex. I do not. I just
I know you do not.
I'm just tired, really.
I know.
Sleep does not feel like sleep. It
You
just
are an
feels,
elf.
perhaps. But Sleep does not feel like sleep. Days just pass. Everything feels as if it's going to get worse. So I make up for it by making everyone else's days better than when I left it.
Well, you can still make everyone's day better by resting. At the very least, trancing.
I do not want to do that because I know, again, I just said this time. Do you know how a trance works?
I have slept normally since I woke up. I do not.
A trance is the recollection in perfect detail. Every memory you've had during that day. I have not tranced for several months now. The last time I tranced was before Tanros became a governing power at the Rogue faction. It has been some time.
So all of that has been a single day to your body?
Not quite. And he turns to not face Dein anymore, but doesn't continue walking. Still at the very edge of the encampment. It's more akin to when I trance, I will be reliving every memory that has yet to be solidified. In perfect clarity. As if I never left the scene.
I see.
So you can understand why I'm hesitant.
I can understand in part.
Considering half of those I'm trying to avoid have to do with Jack. And if I say his name more than 2 times, he seems to show up like a boogeyman. So I'm not going to.
I will refrain from the word as well.
I wonder if we can adjectify his name. Do you think it would make him mad? He just chuckles.
We could call him the Needle.
Oh, in what manner? And continues walking, not looking for anything this time on this left side for any deformities or anything out of place, just kind of listening.
Dein is walking slowly behind, just kind of looking out into the distance, like the opposite way. And the needle, in the way that it pierces and doesn't leave any discernible mark, but has done a lot more under the surface.
So he's a mosquito. Understood.
Exactly.
Oh, he'd hate that. No, he wouldn't. He'd find it funny. Damn it.
I would find it funny too.
I don't like this. There's nothing I can do to get under his skin aside from pissing him off genuinely, and then that scares me, which I can't give him the satisfaction over.
Denying one of him satisfaction seems joy in its own regard.
Well, yes, and he rounds the top left corner, seemingly completely disregarding the fact that he was doing something now, just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And just, not really the satisfaction of denying him satisfaction, it's just, I'm trying to find what gets under his skin without, him threatening to snap my neck like a twig, the way he did the first time.
Hmm.
Like, yes, he could now, but then he'd have to, deal with the entire, forces after his ass, because apparently I'm cared about.
Yes, you are.
So, yeah, it's here nor there.
Hmm.
You understand where I'm coming from, eh?
In regards to the threatening, perhaps. Getting under his skin, I do not know how to do. I am myself, and I do not try to antagonize. I am simply honest where I need to accomplish my goal.
Ah, aren't you a delight? Just so honorable. Come on,
Not
mate.
honorable. Much less.
And he stops, letting Dein walk forward a little bit in his daze while talking, and just nudges him with his elbow. I was messing with you. None of us are honorable. That's why we can kill as indiscriminately as we do. But also save as indiscriminately as we do. We kill as much as we care, and that is our downfall. And he keeps
We
walking.
balance right on the line.
We tap dance on that motherfucker.
How long until we break it?
I would not test that theory.
I do not know. I feel as if it would be proper to test the limits. To see how great a rebuilding we could do.
Rebuilding, eh?
The base is already that thin. What's the stop from making the new one a solid bridge instead of a line?
Are you getting philosophical on me? Did you take
I
that
have
much
always been
damage?
philosophical.
You have not always been philosophical. You have directly said to my face, get the fuck up off the ground, in your own manner of speaking. Come on now. I'm not that stupid.
I'm a thinker at heart, Orlain.
Yes, yes. And you have a big heart
Even
to do it with.
Even if I am direct with my words.
Think all you want. Just make sure you put a little bit to heart your own thoughts.
My own what? Sorry, I didn't hear
Your
that.
own thoughts.
I do.
And he stops outside of the damaged gates again, seeming to notice that about half of the encampment at this point he didn't actually look for anything wrong with, and he just stares at Dein with, you whore look. But there is a smile of a tired smile, but a smile nonetheless. I think I'm going to go rest.
A plan can only start when someone takes the first step.
Can you stop that? Can you speak in your own words for like a second?
I do.
No, that's not it. No. Stop trying to sound like someone from history. You're not. You're you. Be you. Scream. Do something. Something other than being a stone wall. You're not a stone wall. You're a person. Shut the fuck up and keep walking. And just, I'm going to go rest, Dein. You take care of yourself as well.
Excuse me. I will.
And Orlain just, while avoiding everyone else, just kind of skedaddles his way over to a tent. Skedaddle energy, Scout Sergeant walk.
Dane is just gonna walk like not briskly, but like just forward, just inevitable, just as is. Still is like cold, emotionless face. Just who he is.
And one last thing before we move on to a different scene. Orlain is going to at first pause in front of the tent, kind of reminiscing about walking into a similar tent at his home base that would normally be greeted with a chorus of Orlain, Jackie, sigh, and then walk inside and just find the furthest corner of the tent and just try. And he knows he's going to fail, but try to trance. At least for a little while.
Go. All right. Let's see. How is Gade looking? Like, I know you're describing him just like fucking passed out on the ground, but
I think at some point Aurelia put this boy in a bed. That's what I think.
okay. At the very
would
least,
imagine so,
if no one
yeah.
had, Dane was just gonna pick him up and just fucking. All right, come on, buddy.
So actually, I'm actually gonna roll this out for you guys. Aurelia, give me a strength check because you do not have Gwen strength for plot reasons. So, and
Not
Gade
here this
is in
time, so I
fact
do have strength.
you do have strength, but Gade is in fact an orc and you are a tiefling.
I'm a very strong tiefling, motherfucker.
I'm gonna get my strength roll out. Just
So
in case.
it's just a check, right?
Yes, just a check.
Okay.
Hey, what if Tryphon goes to try to help?
Tryphon can help if she
Yeah.
doesn't succeed the first time.
Tryphon's over there. It's fine.
I got a 14.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
So you and you have to waddle, kind of like you know how you walk a fridge by leaning it on its sides? You were the fridge in this case. You were waddling back.
I didn't
Drag
expect this
them.
to be graceful, and Aurelia doesn't care, so this works.
Where are you
Trying to
taking
watch
them to lay
this.
down?
Tryphon is watching this happen and is just like, do you want some help?
I would imagine because she knows the people in here are in here being sad. Like, there we go, that button. This one. So she'll probably head down to the lower tent here and just put him on a couch.
I will also remind you there are actual tents here and right here outside of this one being used.
That's nice.
Oh, I did not mean to. Aurelia!
I just watched Aurelia shoot across the map, and I was like, I didn't do that. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, can you? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you guys can interact with other tokens. You can
We're
go.
just rule of politing it. Don't. Accidents are okay.
That's my favorite thing to do whenever you guys are relaxing. Is sometimes I'll put things on like this outer area over here, and then I'll just occasionally go, "Phew," make them invisible, and put them on the map.
Meow.
But
Tryphon is still watching her do this. Is just, you sure you don't want any help?
I've got it. I'm fine, but thank you.
One of the most injured of their group asking, "Do you need help?" No.
Aurelia voice, if you do not rest, motherfucker.
So you are waddling. Okay, so you are waddling him to this couch, or where are you
Yeah.
putting him?
We're going over here and we're putting Gade on the couch.
I'm going appropriate speed.
I don't have patience, apparently.
Bling. He's asleep.
Gently puts the boy on the bed.
You could be gentle. That fucking Ren. You have highlighted the map. Thank you. Okay. So you go ahead and put him to the slumber area, and he, Family Guy death pose, full on sleeping.
Gently pats the boy. Just a potato. Gonna wander back out for the time being.
Again, he ate a box of gummy ropes, nerd ropes. He gone.
Watch that TikTok after this. I swear to God.
So, as Gade is put down to rest, what do the rest of you do?
My question is anybody at all at any point going to tell Tryphon to not lay
I
in
was
the...
just about to do that. That is kind of the reason I was walking over here.
Dane just fucking target spotting Tryphon, just like, you motherfucker.
Dane's having dad friend hours.
Tryphon,
What?
are you going to rest?
Just a thumbs up from... I'm good here.
You are going to rest.
That's the plan.
Come on.
It... I'm
And
not
Dane's
going...
just gonna start walking over to one of the tents.
You drag.
It takes Tryphon a moment before he just groans, just heaves himself up, and then just starts following after Dane. I was fine. I didn't have to move.
You need to get out of this cold.
I have
And
fur.
at least somewhere a little warm. Rest well, Tryphon.
Just make sure you guys also rest.
You know I will.
Then he points at Aurelia and Jackie.
I will make sure of them as well.
I'll talk to you later, Dane.
Good
He
night,
goes-
Tryphon. Rest
He
well.
goes inside the tent, and you hear a very distinct thwomp as he just falls.
yeah.
Dane,
Mm-hmm.
as you leave, you do see a very solemn-faced giant come out of the tent. Take a moment. Starts making his way after looking at all of you towards the broken teleporter again.
I was given a mission. I'm gonna make sure of two things before I before I go over and check it out. Aurelia?
Dein?
Dein is just gonna squint his eyes at Aurelia.
Long pause, turns slightly, inclines her head to look at him, goes, "Can I help you?"
When are you going to rest?
Soon, I just need to breathe for a bit, you know?
I understand. Dane's gonna look over towards Jackie, that's just kind of sitting there with Rumble.
I think
you
Jackie's
alright?
going to take a nap on the Rumble, honestly.
Do you want to roll her over to one of the tents?
I'm pretty
Only
sure
if she asks.
We are not going to leave her out in the cold.
I was gonna say, I think one of us interrupted Nia
Eh.
trying to say something.
Oh,
Yeah.
my fault.
What is this conversation audible, like, from this distance?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Jackie just kind of pipes up. Something tells me Rumble over here is gonna follow me regardless.
Seems about the case.
So are you going to take it to bed?
Not for a while.
Okay. Just do not sit in the cold for a while. How are you holding up, Aurelia? And this one's much more of a lower tone. Enough to where Jackie probably couldn't hear, unless they really tried to listen in.
I don't think Jackie feels like eavesdropping right now, so I think they're safe.
Yeah.
1 second. Pepper! Okay. Dane just asked Aurelia how she's holding up, right?
Indeed.
Quietly, kind of like looking out, you know, over the camp and just. Honestly, not sure. Just, it's war, we're going to lose people, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt,
I would worry if it didn't.
Fair enough.
It is a wound we all bear.
You good? Well, obviously not, but
I would say I'm faring better than most. The moment of caring has passed.
only a moment, eh?
Remembrance comes when there is peace.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. You'll get some rest too, yes?
I will. I would like to look after others first.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
As it also seems, I am one of the few of us that does get consistent sleep.
Oh yes, brag about it, why don't you?
I do not brag about the horrible waking up at 2 a.m. every day.
Oh please. I'm sure you know it's 6 a.m. at the earliest.
12 o'clock somewhere.
I thought it was 5 o'clock.
Cursed. Cursed, I tell you.
I like to work out before everyone wakes up. I have to wake up early.
We hadn't noticed.
I am quite old. I need it. If not for just peace of mind.
I can understand that. Excuse me.
You are
You're
not
excused.
excused. Cursed.
I'm sorry. I was brought num nums like 20 minutes ago and I kind of inhaled them, so.
Valid.
Fair. So,
I will be here if you need it.
Of
I am
course.
going to find out what they are doing with the teleporter.
Fixing it, maybe?
As long as Orlain is attuned to that hammer, it might take a while for me to do that.
I imagine. Well, no. Rook was an artificer and he's not here, so. Who knows if they've got another one at this point.
Alright. I will get some rest soon.
Good.
You can take one of the tents if you need. I'll take the couch. And Dane will just like walk off for a bit and just see what they're doing with the teleporter.
we will round over to that. Jacqueline,
Yeah.
Rumble is bumping you like a cat waiting for a scratch, just running into you as you try to move, just like. And as you do try to kind of move on and in towards one of the tents, Rumble blocks you.
What's up, girl? What's the problem?
It revs at you.
I know that technically, Rumble is probably not mechanic-wise a creature, right?
Do an investigation check.
Well, I ask because
I can't tell you that.
investigation is for the cards. Are the cards? Nope.
You don't know. Because as much as it is a motorcycle, the wolf head is looking and somewhat blinking at you.
You know what? I'm gonna try to connect the Rumble using Psychic Whispers.
right. Here or in private?
Here.
Do you want this information here or in a private chat?
Here might be better.
You connect to Rumble, and a very mechanical voice replies to your head. Finally, you figured it out. I've been speaking in Morse code for an hour. Please, connect. Please, connect. Dumbass, dumbass, dumbass.
Well, as everyone is so fond of saying, I like to think with my tits.
I don't have to. I have an engine. Just get on.
Can I at least drop this off in here first? And just gestures towards the fake Gade.
Fine. Fine.
It doesn't even take like half a minute. Just unceremoniously dropped inside the tent. Back out. Swings one leg over on top of Rumble. So where are we heading?
Grab on.
You don't plan on going fast, do you?
Grab on.
Fine. Fine. And she does kind of just hold on to, guess, what would equate to handlebars.
Yeah, he has handlebars. And with that, those of you that can see Jackie or hear in the least do hear a rev of a quick engine before snow is ripped off the ground and kind of flooded against the tent as Jackie is dragged out of the base.
Whoop. Just the immediate yelp.
Yep. Jackie, you are ripped out of the base by Rumble, who seems to have gone quiet in your head. You are tearing through the snow, avoiding. You're not doing anything. You're just on the ride. Rumble's tearing through, avoiding every obstacle that seems to get in its way, and is heading somewhere. And you do feel this kind of speed of both, the bike itself and the flakes of snow hitting you in the face quite rapidly. Do you speak up about this, or do you continue letting Rumble drag you
She's
along?
taking worse. She's
what?
taking worse to the face. It got very quiet.
Because you don't know phrasing.
No, I knew exactly what I was saying.
Worse. You take... You will take 1 point of cold damage until you get there. And, Rumble slows down. No. Rumble, still quiet, continues to tear through what is familiar territory to it as you kind of Do you question why Rumble is dragged you along at all, or do you just allow?
I mean, there is the just question of where we heading.
Rumble doesn't reply.
Rumble just didn't hear me. I'm just gonna mentally ask again, louder.
A different voice peeks into your head. Where do you want to go? Less robotic, more fluid this time.
But you're not Rumble's voice. Who are you?
Who are you?
I mean, I'm still figuring that out myself.
Oh. You having any luck?
Truthfully, no.
Why? What's stopping you?
Can't stop moving. If I stop moving, if I stop to take a break and figure out, I don't know what'll happen.
Do bad things happen when you stop?
Bad things happen regardless.
Then why are you worried?
I don't know.
Well, you have to know eventually.
Do you at least have a name I can call you?
Nope.
No? Not nothing?
No, I was just born.
Uh, uh, what do you mean by that?
Do you want me to stop?
Yes?
I say this with quotations. Rumble comes to a screeching halt.
Oh no.
Jacqueline,
Yeah.
please describe to us what your bike looks like.
Similar to how Rumble has like a wolf head. This bike has a almost like I forget. I forget if there's a difference between. I know there's a difference between crocodiles and alligators, but it's
Sharp
one of the
tip
two.
versus round tip.
There's like a round tip. I forget which one is which.
If I remember correctly, it's alligators have the round tip, I believe.
Hmm.
Here you go. Nope, that's not it. There we go.
Yes,
So is it an alligator or crocodile head?
an alligator head.
Okay. So you're this alligator head kind of, you see its eyes kind of look over at you. Feeling better?
I mm, I just kind of raises her hands up. Just no, I don't want to. No, not not today. Not right now.
Mm, you good?
She just kind of covers her head with her hands. Just uh, you know what? No, this is fine. This is fine. I can work with this. We can work with this. Fine.
Yes. I hope so. Do you want me to start back up again?
Yes.
Your bike revs to life. But it stays idle. Your hands on the you're grabbing the handles. You don't know why anymore, but you know where to place your feet, how to kick off, how to drive. What do you do? Where do you go?
Anywhere but here.
The last guy left me directions. If you want to go there. Or I can take you home.
Just another like sigh. Just let's check out those directions first.
What's my name? Do I get a name?
What would you like to be named?
I don't know.
He wants suggestions from the class.
Yeah, do you want suggestions from the class or do you have one in mind?
I do have one in mind.
Okay, what is it?
Lily?
Lily?
Yes. Like the
That's so
flower.
cute. Ironically, what I was going to suggest is also a flower.
What's your suggestion, Dane? Uh-huh.
No comment
I did.
anymore.
Well, thought. Okay. So do you name it Lily?
Yes.
Tell it its name.
And just kind of runs her hand against the top of the head. Just, well, how's the Lily sound?
Lily. Sounds weird. What's it mean?
Well, it's a type of flower.
What's a flower?
I'll show you when we get back.
Okay. To the directions. You better hold on tight. And with that warning, you rev off again with Lily now sort of guiding but following your lead. Kind of like a GPS. How fast do you go?
As fast as can be as fast as physically possible.
Give me what would be a good check for driving?
Performance?
Yeah, give me a performance with Lily. I'll go ahead and claim that I think Lily would be giving you the help action. So go ahead and give me a performance roll.
Um, or-
You rev onward. You feel the wind, the snow, everything blowing around you. You know what you know what to look out for. You avoid the rocks, the branches, everything that would be in your way. You do your best to avoid it all. Though it is a bumpy ride, going as fast as you can, you get there relatively safe. Where you see what might be the other side of that warm water lake you had found. There is a one-armed man looking out at the water, sitting next to what is clearly repiled on snow. What you can only assume is a brazier that has just recently been put out. And he does not respond to you as you watch Rumble kind of roll up to him and nudge him a bit, getting Rumble desummoned in return. There's no greeting for you. What does Jackie do?
Jackie's just gonna walk over towards Because I'm assuming this is Rook, correct?
Yeah, this is Rook.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm just gonna walk over and kind of sit down next to Rook. Not even say anything, just kind of lean to the side against words, please. Can I not trip over my tongue for 5 seconds?
It's fine. Take
Just
your
like
time.
leaning against Rook's side.
Nice back. Water kind of waves as he doesn't expect a reply, but he does somewhat respond to your existence. Finally.
Please tell me that it's not another plants that I have collected.
Hmm? What was that
Just
last one more time?
please, just like both to Rook and kind of just to herself. Just please don't tell me that's another class that I've had, that I have now.
I don't know what to tell you. I didn't make that for you. Can you... What gender is it? Rumble's a guy. I made him to be.
Would I have been able to tell what?
You are Lily's god at this point, so yeah, if you determine the gender, yes.
Mm. What determines the gender?
I don't really know. I just programmed Rumble to be a dude. But then again, Rumble's from before the cycle. Trile's made him, but I guess that don't change nothing, does it? Why are you here?
In the brand sense of the word, or here specifically?
Well, I'm guessing you're here specifically because Rumble brought you, or what are they called?
The bike? Lily?
Yeah. Or Lily brought you. Guess I'm more wondering why. You're probably tired.
She does kind of just shake her head a bit, leaning, somehow managing to lean further into Rook.
It is possible if you're, leaning on the side without his arm, which we're gonna go ahead and say you are. So you do lean into him. So
I'm not tired right now.
no.
She was your Orlain. She
more
was
time.
your Orlain. Am I cutting out?
A little bit.
Damn it. She was your Orlain, wasn't she?
Yeah. Guess you could say that. But at the same time, no, she wasn't. You and Orlain, you're different than me and Vice. I changed. Rook ain't Rafales. And Vice wasn't Reese. Cycle made us different people, and we got lucky with our current draw.
Tell me more about her.
There's not much to tell. Used to be a shaman before the calamity. Our entire people were uncivilized goblins. They were just caught up near the start. Cycle taught her basic learning. Couple runs through, ran into me. Feel bad for every time now. I was a mess. He had my back, always, but I definitely didn't make it easy. On the day when she wasn't dragging me off from somewhere, screaming at somebody, getting on to others because they were doing dumb shit. She looked out for everybody. I guess going out like this is probably what she'd wanted to. Going out protecting. The water of the lake bubbles a bit as Rook seems to have nodded off to his own little memory lane. He's just looking out like he's waiting for somebody. But as he does, you kind of catch on. They're not coming back. He knows they're not. He just needs time to accept it. What do you do?
First, I'm going to try and, like, emotionally recover from all of this.
Good luck. I'm in hell.
Something tells me that Jackie is... Jackie's going to stay out there with him for as long as it takes.
All right. As you sit there, sort of resting with him, waiting on him, so to speak, it finally sort of dawns on you your clothes are no longer the same. Can you please describe Jackie's attire from gaining Rook's weapon?
What class is this again?
This is an artificer class, but not all the time does the outfit have to pertain to the class. It can pertain to the weapon.
And in this case, it's a bike.
A bike and a sawed-off shotgun.
Biker Jackie time. You know those I hate to say this, but like the motorbike, the motorcyclist like thirst traps on TikTok.
I do. Gonna kill you, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know how else to describe it.
You can find a video to reference the clothes later. But I know what you're aiming for, and we'll keep from there. As we go, kind of focus round back over to Dein, returning to him, checking on the giant.
I'm here.
What are you doing with the giant, bud?
So Dane's just gonna like not try and mask his presence at all. He's just gonna walk over and just. What happened? Yeah. Excuse me. What happened?
He got crushed. Nothing too heartbreaking, just happens.
You gonna try and fix it?
Yeah, probably. Do the best I can. I'm not a technician. I'm an artillerist.
Hmm. Well, if I can get... Yeah, that's not it. Excuse me, sorry. I was trying to mimic your accent for a second. If I can get one of my teammates to let me use my hammer, I should be able to help in a more effective way. But that will come later. Right now I can help you with what needs to be done. Needs to be done now. Do we need any materials? Do we need any tools?
Materials, I'll have to wait for Rook. He knows what they're made of. Probably need to clear the debris first. Hope it's not charged.
Well, if it is, we will have our work cut out for us.
More than likely. And he grabs this chunk and, with minor difficulty, kind of lifts it up over to his shoulder. Better get this out the camp. Do you help him?
Yeah. Dane's gonna use his giant form. I know it only lasts for a minute, but I'm pretty sure he can help get the other yeah. Get some of the other bigger chunks out, and then when he finally shrinks back down, he can help with like the smaller pieces.
So he's walking it. You're kind of like dragging it quickly because you only got the minute.
I don't think Dane would try and. I think he'd just like lift it with his legs and just walk. Because that is. Dragging's probably the least effective way of doing that, because that just fucking ruins someone's back.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So you guys make your way over with.
Oops, sorry.
God damn it, you fuck.
I
Go ahead, grab yours.
okay.
Grabs it over, brings it over here, and chucks it over the fence and kind of starts heading back. Because as you get to the door frame, you go, oh, it can't get through the gates. Oh, it can't get through the gates.
Welp, and then just lifts it overhead and just.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. Or would that be athletics?
That would be athletics, thank you.
Yep, because I have +6 to that. And I believe while I'm in giant form, I get advantage on strength checks. So that
Go
would
ahead.
involve athletics. Let me check that though. Yep. And strength saving throws too. Oh shit.
Yeah, giant form does numbers. This is doing numbers.
Yeah, that's 21.
Yeah, no, you fucking no different. Over. For the bit, you hear a Jack go, ow! No,
My toe!
of all the things to follow me when I'm just walking, my toe!
I'm walking it.
Goosehorns
Not
get
anymore,
hot.
I'm in a coma, bye!
Awful.
Sorry, that actually
I
got me a
love
little bit. I'm walking here, not anymore, I'm in a coma, goodbye!
I'm trying to punch here. Got a fucking 60 feet back. Never mind.
I'm trying to punch here, I'm throwing my life away, I got 3 of them! After 3, I die instantaneously! Why are you flaming me? I'm right. Okay. He lifts the last large shard up and starts hulking it over to the corner again. I'm not gonna keep moving him up and down.
Yeah.
And you see you're able to kind of help pull things away as he keeps moving. He's very solemn as he goes.
You want to offload something more than stone?
One more time.
Do you want to offload something more than stone?
Not really. Not mine to offload. I'm a recent transfer. Right, you probably wouldn't know. Rook's base is not a good deployment. If you're sent here, command expects you to die. Rook's made a name for himself, though, defying expectations and making sure his men live. Women too, but just the phrase.
Yes. Brothers, sisters, and folks alike.
The gallery and the non-binary. That's what Vice used to say.
Even if you are recent. I don't believe that's any reason not to voice what you think. Yeah, that's not the accent. Sorry.
Yeah, Scottish is just absorption, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it. Okay. Gotta get
Thanks,
back
I hate
into
it. What? Scottish.
I don't think experience warrants not saying what you think.
They were smart people. They did dumb things, sure, but they were smart people. Vice alone was smarter than most people I know. Rook. His genius was scary. Terrifying, even. There's a fucking railgun in the entrance to his ship. The base. You know why? Because he calls it the ADT gun.
First, if I may ask, what is a railgun?
So, a railgun is essentially, imagine taking a marble, putting them between two magnets, turning those magnets into a long tube, and then the marble collects so much force, momentum, and energy that when it comes out, it's no longer a marble, it's a lightning bolt that fucks up every molecule you have.
So, it is an electric gun.
Less electric, pure force. Kinetic weaponize. It's terrifying.
I'd have to see this before I believe terrifying, but I will take your word for it.
You want terrifying? Do you know what ATD stands for?
I would assume the first part of that would mean anti.
Anti that direction, yeah. He points it at people, mouths off to him. Because it takes 12 seconds to charge up this thing, and then says, do you know what ATD stands for? Anti that direction and then points at you and falls back. If he's a fucking millisecond late when he falls back, he's dead with him. He's fucking crazy. But he's a genius because he knows the exact fucking fall time of his own body.
What's the name? Damn.
I think we might as... I hate to bother you all, but I'd like to ask your help in fixing this place up a bit.
I don't think we're going anywhere specific soon. We need to recover. I was not badly damaged during the fight, so I can help for probably longer before the others are well rested.
Alright.
I'm
Thank
willing
you.
to lend my aid as much as I can. Yeah.
That's all I can ask, really. I don't know you all that well. And I'd never ask somebody for something I wouldn't do in return. But Vice taught us.
Dane's gonna put out his hand. I'm Dane.
Nice to meet you, Dein. I'm Stone Shatter.
A pleasure again, Stone Shatter.
No, Stone... accent, sorry. It picks up a... He picks up one of the stones. Not stone. Points to the sky. Storm. Storm Shatter.
Shatter.
There you go.
Oh. I see.
Yeah. Because I've got a big fucking shotgun. And with that, we will move to this map. And we will end off here for... I beg your fucking pardon? Hold on. I gotta reload Owlbear because for a second it fucked up. Here we go. Can everybody see the new map?
Yep.
We will, with everything, it has almost been 3 hours. I will say, go ahead and place your tokens down wherever they may fit.
God, it was on that
We'll-
coat. I'll put Dane right there.
We'll add every and all the other characters and whatnot. And in the upcoming next session, we will kind of detail upcoming events and whatnot regarding how you guys help get to this point, fix up this area. And when we do, we will start with Orlain and Aurelia. But for now, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Go ahead and cut the recording.